Hello. After failing my MOD1 twice, I felt I needed drastic action to get through it. Now I think it was nerves more than anything else, but because I know I can do it, I've done the mock test twice, passed it twice, first time twice, but just on the day I just seemed to fall to pieces. What I've decided is I've come to the Asda car park to have a bit of a practice on the MOD1. It's not ideal, but as you may see around, there is plenty of room, and what I intend to do is use the white lines for the parking spaces as markers where the cones would be in the test centre. I'm striding out 1, 2, 3, 4.5 meters is 2 parking spaces. The cones are 4.5 meters apart in the test centre, so I could use that as a guide. The 2 cones for the figure of 8 are 6 meters apart, so I'll stride out again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is approximately 2.5 parking spaces apart. So I could also use that as a guide. Now the first test that you come to in the test centre is to park the bike up and then manoeuvre it from one parking space to another. I'm not going to waste time doing that because, to be quite honest, if you can't do that then you'll never pass a test. It's so simple. That's the simplest test. It's the 3 slow riding tests that a lot of people fail on, me included. It's keeping your bike under control whilst going at very low speed. There's one which is just slow riding to a stop, one which is the slalom through the cones, the third is the figure of 8, and that's it. They're the slow manoeuvres. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to attempt to attach the camera to my helmet and go through it and see if I can do this first time. I think there's 5. I'm sure there's 5. I might be wrong. There's no wind. Put a bit of paper down. I can put my glasses down. And we said it was 4.5 meters. So if we do it every 4, that's put myself under a little bit more pressure. But we'll see how I go. I can't remember whether there's 4 or 5. I've got 5 there anyway. Pretend they're cones. Right, I'll start at the beginning. I've set them out wrong. I'm only giving myself 2 meters on the first one. Give myself some proper room. There you go. Can't touch any of them substitute cones. I'll go back a bit to give myself a bit of room getting there, because you do And I'd say it's about that far. Don't forget though, you only get one go at it. This is what I failed on my second time. So let's see if I can do it with the markers down rather than the lines. And there you go. And from there straight into the figure of 8. So there's my slalom. I'll pick my things up and do my figure of 8. One moment. Ooh. So I'll go around and turn round. Like I say, straight after the slalom that I've just done. It's all one manoeuvre. It's the slalom and then the figure of 8. But I couldn't do it because I haven't got enough bits to put down. So I've just done the slalom. Now I'm going in. So if you can imagine that I've just come out of that slalom and now I'm going into the figure of 8. Again, very slow speed. Try and keep the same speed if possible, instead of going fast, slow, fast, slow. Bit of traffic in the test centre. So there's one full figure of 8. And now another one. And I'm making this look quite easy because it is quite easy, but I'm saying it's easy. But under test conditions, under an examiner watching you, it's not so easy. So there's 2 full ones, and that's all you need to do. He then calls you over. But as I'm on a roll, maybe not on a roll, but you can take as much room as needed. So I've come way over here this time. But I suppose as long as you don't take the Michael, see, there you go, see, you're looking round, and I shouldn't be looking round, I should be looking where I want to be. And I've nearly missed it there. Slow down. Anyway, there's 3. There's 3 full figure of 8s, and I'm still looking round, and I shouldn't. I should be looking at what I'm doing, where I want to be. I'm a little bit narrow here, but I'll get it back. And there we have it. There's 3 full figure of 8s without putting my feet down, without hitting the gloves, stroke cones. And I suppose once you get confident and relaxed is the main thing. You could just sit here and do this all day. Get faster, but I'm not going to go faster because I don't want the examiner to think I'm showing off, because I'm not showing off, because I'm not much good under test conditions. So that's the figure of 8. While I'm here, I may as well do an emergency stop. So you get sent up the other end of the test centre, round the cones, and you come down through a speed trap, which are expected to do 32 miles an hour, and then stop. So this is it. He'll raise his hands and tell you when to stop. Just like that, but I stalled it. Shouldn't have stalled it. Let me try that again. I don't know if it's a fail if you stall, but I'll try it again. Coming back the other way. So you hurtle up, get it into second. I'm not going too mad here because there's other vehicles about, and it is, at the end of the day, it is a car park. You come down past the speed trap, which will say my gloves are the speed trap, and I'll stop before the yellow lines. Just like that. So that's your emergency stop. The next exercise, which is really the last exercise, is just to go around the test centre and then just come to a controlled stop. So that's what I'll do. I'll do a controlled stop at the yellow lines when I get there. You'll see them when I get there. Going round. You have to get a bit of speed up, but it's not. You don't get tested on your speed. And I've stopped. There you go. Just before the yellow line like I intended. The next one, it's the one after the emergency stop actually, is the hazard. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my gloves to make a hazard. You come through the speed trap. And if you can imagine that between that little shed thing there and these yellow lines is where I want to end up. What you have to do is I'm going to go around there, turn around, come down at least 32 miles an hour, use my gloves as a hazard, go around the gloves and then just come to a controlled stop somewhere between them trolleys and them yellow lines. So I'll just go and set the hazard up. So I want to be coming down round about the middle of here, middle of these white lines, and I want to stop between that trolley shed and them yellow lines there. So I'm going to use my gloves as a hazard. So if you can imagine, them gloves are a hazard in the middle of the road. So I'll hurtle down straight for the gloves because, in fact, what I'll do is I'll do it as they do in the test centre. With cones, obviously. So I'm coming down here through the cones, through the speed trap, which again I've got to do at least 32 miles an hour. So if you can imagine, the middle white line is one set of cones, and where the white line ends is the other set of cones, but it is narrower than that. Them gloves are in the wrong place. I want to be a little bit more to the right, or they may be to the left, depending on which side of the test station the examiner opts for. So I've got to come down round about the middle. If you can see the middle there. As I get to the lamp post, we can imagine that's the end of the red cones through the speed trap. I then have to come through the gloves and then straighten up again and stop in the middle there. Let's see how I perform. So I've done my slalom, I've done my figure of 8, I've done my emergency stop. There's the hazard avoidance left, which I'm going to do now, and then there's only the slow riding, which is just a controlled, just slow ride, slow, 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 and just come to a stop wherever he tells you. And that's basically it. Why did I fail twice? God knows, because I'm rubbish. easy as that. I didn't get up enough speed. I think I'm a little bit close to the edge of the exit entrance of the car park. But that's the easy bit, getting the speed. The hard bit is the avoidance and stopping, but it is dead easy. I'll try it this way, see what happens. You'll just get a gist of it. I'll get a straighter run, because you do get a straighter run. Like this. So I'll do it the other way. Just like that, dead easy. And then slow ride, back to the gate. And out you go. Basically, that's your test. Simple in a car park with objects. Not so easy under examination conditions, as I found out. So there you have it, the MOD1. Dead easy until you're actually doing the MOD1. Some people, first time, no problem. Me, as I've just shown you, I can do it with ease. Not a problem at all. And to be honest, on a 600cc bike, I do it on a 600 Bandit. It's a lot easier, because when you start setting off, you can get your balance instantly, whereas in my little 125, my little poxy thing here, it's not that easy to get your balance or keep your balance at slow speed. So why I keep failing, I don't know. But anyway, there's my little mock test of my own, free of charge, coming out on the 125, with a few little bits to use as cones. I did it with ease. Obviously I didn't show you how to park the bike up and then reverse it out of a parking bay and into another one manually. I don't want to treat you as an idiot, because really, if you can't do that, then you shouldn't really be on a bike. If you can't just move it from one parking bay to another. And I didn't do the slow riding, because just the normal slow riding in a straight line to a stop, because that's dead easy as well. Basically in first, just set off nice and steady and stay nice and steady. And that is the test. So I shall let you know if I pass, or should I say when I pass, because I will pass. It's just if I can overcome the nerves, and I don't know why I'm nervous. So there you go. Thank you.